I'm starting to think that Don Lemon knew what he was doing. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? I'm Ty Smith. You're watching my channel, Modern Renaissance Man, and I'm grateful for that. Make sure you guys are following me on the platforms you see up here and the ones right down here. When you subscribe, click the thumbs up button. That way my content can stay consistently recommended to you. And if you ring that bell notification, you will be notified whenever I post videos just like this. And lastly, go subscribe to my other channel called Man, Husband, Father. All right, appreciate it. So, ladies and gentlemen, Don Lemon has been officially arrested, that you guys all know about. And it's a whole lot of weird stuff that I feel like is going on surrounding the circumstances of Don Lemon himself. I'm not talking about the fact that they did go in there and perform an insurrection at a church and violated that church's amendment of being able to freely worship, in which I called it, and I told y'all before this even went this far. When Don Lemon them did that, I told you guys that they are impeding on their freedom of speech, and he's impeding on their right to express their religious freedom, right? I told y'all that. Now, there's some things in here, and look, if it wasn't for the subscriber that went to patreon.com/Modern Renaissance Man, this Patreon name is Libby Watkins. Libby Watkins wanted me to show this video that you guys are getting ready to watch, and I'm being honest. I was like, no, I really don't want to do this because I'm really not caring too much for her. But apparently, Libby Watkins, you love this woman so much that you want me to hear what she has to say in regards to Don Lemon, and you think that me watching this video will gain my trust back in her, guys, and you know it's the lo and behold, somebody that's bringing the law against Don Lemon and showing that they're not playing around. Pam Bondi.
Here now with more and an update, U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi. Okay, let's talk about these two people, the 16 people last week. You were on the ground. You were in Minnesota. Tell us what you're seeing and what's coming.
Yeah, Sean, I've been in Minnesota 4 days total, working on obtaining this indictment. We arrested 2 more, and I made it very clear, if you protested, if you rioted in that church, we are going to find you and we're going to arrest you. Don Lemon and 8 others have now been charged in a single indictment because you cannot attack, and that's what it was an attack style on a house of worship. You can't do it. It was a Sunday morning. There were parishioners, there were families, there were grandparents, there were people with canes, there were children upstairs in the nursery. They bombarded in, and as Don Lemon put it in his own words, they were on their way to a resistance at that church. And that's exactly what they did. They had a resistance operation. They barged in that church. There were originally about 400 people in that church. The video you're now showing, a lot of them ran out the back door. The lucky ones were able to get out. These people will say these parishioners thought they were going to get shot. One of the people with Don Lemon screamed, quote, "This ain't a house of worship. This is the house of the devil." There were children crying. There were parents blocked from getting upstairs to take their children out of Sunday school. A group of women ran out a side door. Multiple people fell on the ice. One woman severely damaged her arm, had to go to the hospital. Don Lemon blocked someone from going out that door. They were screaming at parishioners. It was horrible. No American, we don't live in a third world country. We live in the United States of America, and you will have the right to worship safely and freely in a house of worship, whether it's a church, a synagogue, a temple, a mosque. Any house of worship in this country, you will be safe. And these people committed a crime under the FACE Act, and they will be held accountable. 9 of them have been charged, and you will not do this in our country. We're coming after you if you do this, because we are going to protect houses of worship. This is not what our country was founded on.
It's amazing because the left loved the FACE Act. There's a couple of provisions in it. One allows access for women to go to abortion clinics, and then the provision you're referring to, provision 247 and 248, I would argue are applicable. And it's very clear. Now, I look at the tape, and you don't have to weigh in on it because you're involved in the case. I see Don Lemon, okay, giving out donuts, coffee, commentary that seems incredibly supportive. He's entitled to his opinion. Abby Lowe's a good attorney. Will that have any weight with the judge that he really used to be, on CNN, for example?
Well, he was fired from CNN, and anyone who has a camera then would have a license to attack a church. What he was doing originally, they met in a parking lot about 2 miles away while people were filing into this church service. They were caravanning to this church to perform an attack-style infiltration of a church service on a Sunday morning. They came in through all doors. All the people we've charged did this, all of them. That's him in the church confronting the pastor. The pastor will say he was scared. His parishioners were scared. We just know there was a church shooting recently in Minneapolis. They did not know. You can't do this, Sean, in this country. Yes, it's a violation of the law to do what they did, and we will hold you accountable. So anyone with a camera then would be allowed, under his theory, to come in and attack a church like that and riot a church on a Sunday morning or on a Saturday if it's a synagogue. You can't do that in this country. It's illegal. We're going to prosecute you, and you will be held accountable. Doesn't matter if you're a failed journalist with a camera in your hand. You can't do it.
All right, well said.
Yeah, sorry, Libby. Still not convinced. Yeah, see, okay, I'll give you this. I'm glad that she's saying it right now that it's over and it has happened. But what type of real punishment you guys think is really going to come to him? See, I told you guys I like the way Tom Homan do things. They took care of business, arrested people, threw them in jail. Tom Homan gets up there. Well, we'll let you know we arrested 7 people last night, and they're all criminals. And he'll get up there and tell you, we arrested this many people. They were murderers, drug traffickers. We arrested them last night. One of them has 16 counts. One of them been out of prison 13 times. He tells you that after he arrested them, right? Pam Bondi, and I think the Epstein file thing just screwed her up. Like the way we're going to release all of it. I didn't get all of it. I want it on my desk in 24 to 72 hours. There's truckloads of it. You guys can't see it. Nothing to see here. Oh, never mind. Here go 30,000 some blah, 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 blah pages of this stuff now. So what I'm saying that for? I know she's saying something now post Don Lemon's arrest, but my next thing that I would love for Pam Bondi to say and do is after we find out if Don Lemon is going to have any type of sentencing. Now, moving on to the other thing. Don Lemon knew what he was doing. Y'all, this man been in journalism for a very, very long time. He knew that going in there and doing that would bring the exact type of attention that he's getting. He was turned into, and still is, a has-been. Nobody cares about him. What can he do? He had to go back and lead a normal. He has to go back and lead a normal life, right? He has to compete with individuals like me and other podcasters and other people that have content creation. He has to compete with us now, right? He don't have the backings of CNN no more. So what can you do? Go out there and perform things like this so you can definitely be on people's map. Because trust me, y'all, being a news anchor, him being a so-called journalist, any publicity is good publicity, and he knows this. So him standing up, being able to speak in front of all those cameras about being arrested, and I was just this, bull crap. He knew exactly what he was doing. He knew that it would bring him the type of attention that he's getting right now. He knew it would land him back in CNN, being able to go on shows, being able to go on The View. He knew that it would do all this because nobody cares about him anymore. Look, y'all, look at the Grammys. Look what the heck Heidi Klum wore to the Grammys. People have to do stuff that are has-beens or used to be's because they got to still just try to find somebody to go, hey, look at me. I'm still here. I'm still matter. Hello. Like Eeyore says, nobody cares. That's it. Plain and simple. What do y'all think? Y'all agree with that? You really think that Don Lemon didn't know that he would possibly get in trouble for doing this? Let me know what y'all think, though. You might disagree with it. Put in the comment section below after this video. Don't forget to do what y'all see in the elements right here. They will greatly help the channel. The next video I will be doing after this in chronological order is going to be up there. Things I did as of yesterday you may have missed right here. If you have not subscribed to the channel, simply click this icon. I am Ty Smith, the Model Renaissance Man, and I hope and pray that every last one of you have food, shelter, and clothing, and most of all, praying every last one of you guys in great health, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. God bless you all through Jesus.